Welcome to the Greenhouse Podcast, the podcast dedicated to bringing you honest, real insights about building businesses from the people who are doing it too. I'm Jacqui, and every week I'm going to be sharing the best bits from our Greenhouse speakers, as well as speaking to people just like you. Small business owners, founders, freelancers, side hustlers, entrepreneurs, who are all going to be sharing their ideas to help your business bloom. This episode is a little bit different, mainly because I'm going to be introducing a clip of myself. Throughout this series, we've shared some amazing clips from speakers at Greenhouse 2021. What I haven't talked about is how I host these events. So I often get up, have a little natter, check everyone's doing okay, do the Q&A. But last year, I also shared some marketing tips to help our attendees get more from their marketing in their business. I know that very often small businesses struggle with marketing, so I really hope that this clip helps you. So let's see the clip of me. So, value proposition. This looks scary, it's not, I promise you. This is a really easy 5-step way to think about the value you bring in your business to your customers. Value is at the heart, but in order to be able to explain what your value is that you bring, you need to be able to understand the other areas. So, first off, we've got your market. These are your target customers. I'm going to challenge you today, and I'd love for you to write this down in your notebooks. You don't have to write the exercise down, but write down this so you can go home and do it. I want you to write down 50 sentences, 50, that explain who your target customer are. Harriet's laughing at me. She's like, oh God, she's given us homework already. We've not even started, right? It's really hard. It's really hard to sit there and go, who are the people that I want to talk to? Who are my target customer? And now I've got to write 50 sentences about them. God, I bet the guys from Highlands are thinking, we came here so we didn't have to do homework. Sorry, guys. I'll let you off, you don't have to do it. So 50 sentences. So that could be what you know about them, who they are. So, is it women that you're targeting? Okay, that's quite broad. Is it women in their 30s that you're targeting? Still quite broad. Do they have children? Are they married? Are they single? Where do they live? What are they interested in? What kind of books do they read? What shops do they shop in? What car do they drive? I know that this sounds a bit like wanky marketing stuff, right? But it's important because if you know that stuff about them, then it's easier for you to talk to them because you know what they're interested in. So 50 sentences about your target customers. There will always be someone in the room today who will go, well, that's not very scientific. How am I meant to know all of these things about my target customer? If you're a bigger business, you could do market research. You could get out there and do some focus groups. You could ask the questions. As a small business, finger in air, guys, and try it. Yeah? Get your 50 sentences down. Think about it, try some stuff. If it doesn't work, adjust. But it's important to have a base. So that's our target customers. The next thing I want you to think about is your offering. The actual products or services you offer. This sounds simple. Everyone in here is like, yeah, that's easy, I can do that. I know what I sell. Do you? Do you know what you sell? Do you actually know what you sell? Because I don't sell marketing. I sell advice. I sell a bit more understanding. So the product or service you're selling is not always the headline of what you do. So I saw Phil put his hand up before. Phil doesn't sell video, even though he's a videographer. He sells the ability for you to share amazing content about your business, right? So think about what your product or service is to your audience. Then we've got differentiation. That's a really hard word to say at this time in the morning. Differentiation. How your product, so your offer, your service, is different or better than your competition. Is there anyone in here that thinks that nobody does what they do? Yeah, I'm sorry to tell you, someone is. Everyone's got a competitor. There might not be somebody doing exactly what you do in exactly the way you do it, but you will have competition. And it might not be who you think it is. So we mentioned Club AF before, alcohol-free. So their competition is other people that sell alcohol-free beverages, but it's also bars that sell booze, right? Because how do you get people to choose you over them? So thinking about how you're different is really important. When we talked yesterday about building great messaging, this is the thing that your customers want to know. Why you? Why not someone else? Differentiation. Then we need to know the benefits that we're offering. What's the benefit to working with you? Can anyone think of a benefit that they offer to their customers that they'd like to share? I thought you might be warmed up from yesterday, so I'm being quite brave. I'm asking lots of questions. Aftercare. Okay, that's a benefit. Maybe might not be standard, so that's like a nice little added extra like that. Anyone else got any other benefits in their business? Things that they think their customers are going to be like, oh, that's a really good thing that I get from that. Tangible experience. This is Harriet down here from Harriet and Rose. She's going to be on our VIP panel at lunchtime. If you've not been in her shop, do. There is a tangible experience there. I can't leave that shop without buying a candle, number one. So what are the added benefits of what you do? What do they think? I know that I get that when I go there. Okay, so this is how you deliver value to your customer. Anyone else can think of anything that's a benefit of working with them? No. Yeah, so you've got choice. They're going to get choice that maybe they couldn't get elsewhere. Love it. That's a really good benefit. So thinking about these things, right? So we know who our customers are. We've written our 50 sentences. We know what our product or service is, and we're not just going, I sell marketing, I sell cars, I sell candles. I'm trying to think of other things. I don't know why I went to all the C's there, but there we go. So thinking about what you're actually offering, then how you're different or better than your competition, and remember everyone has competition, and then how you deliver value, what the benefits are of working with you specifically. That is value for your customer. And actually, if we're actually thinking what is value, it's cost minus benefit. So, you came to Greenhouse. You pay an amount for your ticket. For you to feel like you got value, you need to feel like the benefit outweighs the cost. So it's really important that you're thinking about this. If you spent 20 minutes tonight, before you come back to the after party, don't forget about that. If you spent 20 minutes tonight thinking this through, what's my market? What do I actually sell to people? How can I explain the benefits a bit more clearly? What's that point of differentiation? Think about how your marketing would change, because suddenly you know who you're talking to and you know exactly what you're selling to them. So it's a little bit weird to say that I loved that clip of Jacqui, but I did think it was quite a good one. Hopefully you did too. Before we talk a little bit more about it, I want to talk about Real Creative. We are so lucky that the Greenhouse podcast is sponsored by Real Creative, who help brands stand out with video-first content. I'm here right now recording the Greenhouse podcast in the Real Creative studios, and they're also going to be supporting us with all of our audio and video content for Greenhouse 2022. So if you're looking for video-first, scroll-stopping content, please check them out at keepitreal.co.uk. So in that clip, I was talking about the value proposition and the 5 steps that you need to work through to figure out what the value is that you add for your customers. You can also use that value proposition to help you define your employer brand. Just replace customers with employees. I think, though, a mistake we often make is we go away and we do our 50 questions about our customers and we think about how we're different and we think about our benefits and we do all that work, but then we make ourselves the hero of the story. And I'm really sorry to break it to you, but we're not the hero of the story. Our customers are. So a little test for you. I want you to go on your mobile phone or your website, just pause me for now. And I want you to go and check your website. Who are you talking about? Are you talking about you and what you do and the services you offer and how great you are? Or are you talking about them? Are you talking about your customers? Are you talking about their problems and how you solve them? Are you talking about the things you know they struggle with and how that's going to make it better for them? Are you talking about how your product is going to make their day a bit better or their life a bit better or this specific thing a bit easier for them? Because if you're not, that's where you're going wrong. It's really important that you understand the value you add, but then you have to communicate that in a way that makes them understand how it impacts them. It doesn't matter that you're valuable unless you're valuable to them. So I really want you to think about that. A good book to read on this subject is The Story Brand by Donald Miller. He's got a great voice. So if you ever want to listen to a book on Audible, that's a good one to choose. But it really goes into this concept of who the hero in your story should be. So I'll be back next week, wherever you get your podcasts. And if you enjoy watching your podcasts, then you can find us on YouTube too. I'd love for you to get involved in the Greenhouse community. So head to Greenhouse Jersey on Instagram and I'll see you over there. But in the meantime, don't forget to leave us a review. They really, really do help. And in the next series, we're going to be reading out some of the best ones. So if you want to get your business featured, pop it in there. Thanks so much for listening and I'll see you soon.